So today we're going to be talking about, as a couple, if you're looking at buying a house, what you should do before you even talk to a lender. And I would actually recommend that you do this once a year just to keep each other accountable and to be as transparent as possible. The biggest issues that I see and I hear sitting in my chair is generally when a couple has no idea what the other one is doing with money. Like none. And I get it. There's a lot of people that are like, well, I just pay my share, he pays his share, we keep everything separate. That's cool. But here's the thing, when you're buying a house, you're putting stuff together. So if you're putting stuff together, it's like, look, do you want to put together chicken soup with chicken soup? Or do you want to do, chicken soup with tomato soup? Ugh, that'd be terrible, right? You need to know what you're dealing with. So here's what I'd suggest you guys do. Number one, look at each other's credit. Now, I want to be really clear here. Do not shame your partner about their credit. Do not shame them. Do not yell at them. Do not bully them. Be a better person, okay? If you're the person with really good credit and they don't have good credit, do you love them? Yes. Do you share a bed with them? Yes. Do not shame them about their credit. Help them get their credit up, okay? Now, look, if they are they don't want to do it. They want nothing to do with it. They don't care. I mean, you've got some long-term problems going on there, right? If you've always thought it was really important to have good credit, to be able to, buy a house, all this stuff, and they just don't care, and the fact that it matters a lot to you, and you're offering to help, and they still don't care, well, you've got a bigger relationship issue than the credit there, right? Most couples, this person is thrilled that this person is going to help them, and they've probably been ashamed to talk about it. So really approach this with no shame. Okay. The minute you shame your partner financially, you're never going to win. It's just breaking a relationship. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Like, even if you have to go, okay, I get it, and then put together a game plan. Okay. Everybody can be saved from bad credit. I had bad credit once upon a time. My credit's great now. It took a lot of work and a lot of energy and effort. Okay. You can go from bad credit to good credit, and you do not need to feel shame. Do not shame your partner. Okay. Next, savings. Okay, that's another one. Look, one person may make $200,000 a year and not know how to save a nickel. This person might make $50,000 a year and save half of it. You guys need to talk about your saving patterns, but also who's picking up the bulk of the bills. This person may be able to save all their money because this person's paying for everything, and this person has caviar taste on this person's budget. So if this person's making all the money and paying for everything, but not able to save, and this person has everything paid for and is just stacking cash like a little hoarder, you got to balance that out, right? You need to talk about what's a realistic amount for us both to contribute and both to save. Now, would I ever argue that someone who makes $50,000 should be as responsible for bills as someone who makes $300,000? No, I mean, look, they can't. It's not realistic, but there could be a percentage. But the key is this person shouldn't get drained to the point where they can't save. Okay. And sometimes both people make the same amount and they both spend the same on the relationship. Some are savers and some are out buying handbags or watches or something else. And that's a conversation to have, because if you guys are buying a house together, you are tying your financial futures together. So, look, would I personally tie my financial future to someone who spent every single nickel that they made on consumer goods? No, no way. Are you kidding? No. Like, if someone said they think that saving's stupid or 401ks are for losers, I would be like, bye, but you've got to see what you're comfortable with, but a lot of times what you'll see more of is one person has an education, their parents taught them about money. The other person didn't. Like, look, there's no financial education in the United States. So if you're a happy, healthy couple, you guys can help each other. Maybe this person saves so much and they're so stingy and miserable. Maybe they're wearing socks with holes in them and stripping their toilet paper. Maybe this person who's buying stuff can help them loosen up so that they don't have a miserable life. But it's worth talking about, okay? How much do you make? Now, you would assume a lot of you guys would be like, wait, they don't know what their No, guys, there's so many people who have no idea what their spouse makes, like none, zilch, nada, zero. You should always know what your spouse makes, because here's the thing. If you're a couple, or if you guys are together, whatever your relationship is, if one of you gets sick, you guys need to know if you can afford that house. That's what I always look at. I mean, I'm just saying, like, from my perspective, of course, I need to know what my husband makes, because that affects how much I save, what my long-term plan is. And you guys should be looking at what you guys both make so that you don't end up in a position where you're house poor. You know, be very careful with this. The last thing that I think is really important: how much is each person going to contribute to the house? So if you guys have had super separate finances, the perceptions can be very different. You know, this person may be putting 80,000 towards the down payment. This person may be putting nothing, but this person may not know that until you're talking to me. And then I'm the one saying, hey, like, they didn't give me a bank account and they said they're putting nothing down. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, you know? So have these conversations, set the expectations. Talking about money isn't gross. It doesn't make you a money grubber. It doesn't make you a gold digger. It doesn't make you any of those negative names that have been created in our society to try to get people to not talk about money. Why do they not want us to talk about money? I mean, look, there's a lot of people out there that would say it's a lot easier to control people when they don't have a clue. So talk about money, make it part of your conversation. Talk about money with your kids. It is not taboo. It is not dirty. It is, you know, sometimes people are like, it's not what my family does. Great. Break the chain, break the cycle of stupidity. Talk about money. It's important, and it is what we all use in order to get in a home, in order to pay for it. So if you guys are buying a house together, have this talk. I do suggest at least yearly check-ins with each other, because I deal with a lot of, like, where someone goes, well, we have no debt. And then they do. They have $40,000, the other person, racked up in a year, and this person has no clue. Yearly check-ins, at least you'll catch it. You know, because I've seen some of the stuff where it's like, oh my God, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt the other spouse didn't know about. It's a really awkward call to be on, to say the least. So as always, I hope this was helpful. I'm licensed in 48 states to do mortgages. I'm always here to help you guys. But yeah, start talking about money. It's not dirty. It's not taboo. It's smart.